Continue with business growth, enterprise, and business ownership, or whatever it is. So here we want to talk about why the owners of a business may want to expand the business. Some owners will want their business to expand due to the benefits attached to it. So it's important for your business to expand, because if your business expands, you will be able to enjoy some benefits, such as one, the possibility of higher profits. A big business would have more profits than the smaller business. That is certain. Two, more status and prestige for the owners and managers, because the managers will be able to get higher salaries, and the business will be able to have a better reputation in the society, because it's a big business. Everybody wants to, associate with a big business. That's the second point there. The third point, lower average cost, which is about economies of scale. So as soon as the business expands, its average cost of production would reduce, which means it will be able to enjoy economies of scale. That's the third point there. The fourth point is larger market share, as they produce large quantities, which makes them attractive to customers, suppliers, and distributors. Why are they going to have the highest market share when they expand? They're going to have it because every business, every distributors, every customers want to associate themselves with a large business. So as a result of that, their production scale will expand. They will produce more. So they will be dominating the market. That is the point. Their products will dominate the market. And as soon as their product dominates the market, it takes the largest market share. Yes. Is it clear? So we'll go to different ways in which business can grow. So how business grows, we're still talking about expansion. So business can expand either through internal or external. So for internal growth, this is an expansion which occurs when a business uses own resources for expansion. So you are expanding with your own resources. That is internal. You understand what internal growth is here? Yes. The business is expanding. The business is trying to become bigger, but it's using own resources, its own resources.
So even if they get resources, that doesn't count.
What we're talking about is it's not expanding it's not expanding with other businesses. It's expanding with its own resources, its own finance, its own capital, its own equipment. That's what we mean by organic. That's what we call organic integration or organic growth. That means you grow, you expand with things you have. I think it's clear. Yes. Then we have external. For external growth, it's the same as we can call it integration. So for external growth, it could be either takeover or merger. So for takeover, it means the business is buying over a new business, is buying over a business to become its own business. That means business A is buying over business B to become business A. That is takeover. And for merger, it means business A and business B are coming together to become business A and B. That is merger. Yes. I think it's clear.
So one is eliminating, one is being
for merger, they might come up with a new name or combined name. But for acquisition, the company buying becomes the mother company. Yeah. Do you understand? Yes. Okay. So that's external growth. So for external growth or integration, we have three types of external growth. We have horizontal integration, we have vertical, and we have conglomerate. So for horizontal, this occurs when one firm or a firm merges with another firm in the same industry at the same stage of production. That is horizontal, the same level. This is horizontal. So firm A and firm B are merging or are integrating at the same level of production. Yes. So that means a school merging with another school, or a school taking over another school. That is horizontal integration. Is it clear? Yes. Then we go to the second type of integration. We have vertical. For vertical integration, this means different firms are coming together in the same industry, but at different stage of production. They are in the same industry, but not in the same stage of production. That is vertical integration. So for vertical integration, it involves the stages of production, which is primary stage, secondary stage, and the tertiary stage. Yeah. Do you get it? So if the integration is closer to resources, to the primary stage, it means backward vertical. If the integration is closer to the tertiary stage, that means it's closer to consumers, it is called forward vertical. Yes. Do you understand the difference between backward and forward? Yes. Backward is closer to resources, Forward is closer to customers. Clear?
Yes.
Then we have conglomerate. For conglomerate merger, this is when one business merges or takes over another business in a different industry. So a business in the educational industry buying or merging with a business in the health sector.
Yes.
That is conglomerate. Clear?
Yes.
So we go to the likely benefits of integration. So we're starting with the benefits of horizontal integration. For horizontal integration, which means the same stage of production in the same industry. The first advantage is that it reduces the number of competitors.
Yes.
Because if firm A in this industry, in this competitive market, we have firm A to Z. Now firm A, B, and C has come together. It reduces the numbers of firms in the industry.
Yes.
That's the first advantage. Two, because they are merging, it brings about operating on a larger scale. And operating on a larger scale will make you to exploit economies of scale. That's the second advantage.
Yes.
And the third one is that the merged business will have a bigger share of the market.
Yes.
Because you are operating on a larger scale, you will dominate the market.
Yeah.
That is the point there. I think it's clear.
Yes.
Then we go to forward vertical integration. For forward vertical integration, they make example here, but I didn't use the example. So I wrote one, it gives assurance for products to be delivered. For forward vertical, it means a firm maybe in the secondary sector merging with a firm in the tertiary sector, right? So if this happens, it means the tertiary sector that deals with consumers will have enough resources, will have enough supplies.
Yes.
Do you get it? So that means product will be delivered to consumers as at when due, because the firm producing it has now merged with the firm selling it. So there's assurance of products delivery.
Yes.
Is it clear? The second one, customer information can be obtained. Now, the firm that is closer to consumers now has a link with the firm producing it. So that means they are together. So consumers can also directly link to that firm.
Oh, yeah.
Do you get it?
Yes.
Before now, they are far away. Consumers are remote to the secondary sector. But because the secondary sector has merged with the tertiary sector, they become together. Then consumers become closer to that.
They can easily
company.
go to the secondary sector.
Do you understand?
Yes.
The third point, retailers sell at higher prices. This could reduce prices. If there's forward vertical, it means the agents are no more going to be there.
Yeah.
Because products are directly sold to consumers. Yeah. So they don't need to go through the channel of distribution anymore. So prices would reduce. And that could increase revenue. Is it clear?
Yes.
Then go to backward vertical. For backward vertical integration, here I wrote, it gives assurance about the supply of components, because backward vertical is closer to resources. So if a firm, like in the secondary sector, merges with a firm in the primary sector, it means the firm in the secondary sector will be able to get more raw materials and components, because now they are together working.
Yes.
So there's assurance about supply of components. Do you get the first point there? The second one I wrote is that cost of components and supplies can be controlled. So it becomes cheaper.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because you wouldn't want to sell, it's your company, you've merged together.
Yeah.
So you would always want to give it a fair price. Yes or no?
Yes.
Those are the two things I wrote about them. Then we'll go to conglomerates. Are you there?
Yes.
For conglomerate integration, the advantage about conglomerate integration is that one, when it comes to conglomerate, it means that you are spreading the risk. And spreading the risk means the diversification. So if the health sector is not doing well, the educational sector might be doing well. If the educational sector is not doing well, the power sector or the steel sector might be doing well, or the banking sector might be doing well. So you have spread your risk. So that is good for the business.
Yes.
That's the first point. The second point I wrote is that it could bring about transfer of ideas. They are all your business. So you might be able to transfer ideas from the health sector to be used in the educational sector, or from the educational sector to be used in the banking sector, because you own everything. Yeah. So they are all your workers. So you could use the manager there to work here and so on. Is it clear?
Yes.
So that's it. Now go to the problems. Problems linked to business growth and how this might be overcome. So we're talking about problems of expansion, problems of integration, problems of growth. The first one is larger business is difficult to control, yeah, because they become bigger. And when they become bigger, and you still want to think about centralization, like you have the same single boss controlling everything, it becomes difficult. So that is the problem there. So the only solution is to decentralize. What does decentralization mean? It means you start splitting the business into different units to be controlled by different people. Do you understand? That is decentralization. You make authority to come from different units, not from the central.
Hierarchy, like hierarchy.
Like hierarchy, yeah.
Director.
Do you understand? Is it clear?
Yes.
So the second one, that's the solution
Mhm.
to lack of control. Clear?
Yes.
The second one is poor communication. Poor communication is also is diseconomies of scale. So when there's poor communication, because the company is so big now, it becomes difficult to spread information, to pass information across. So what can you do? That's the problem. And you know, when information is missed, then it becomes a problem. Things will not be doing well. There won't be efficiency. So how can you solve a problem of poor communication? Use the latest IT,
What?
latest information technology, the latest for telecommunication. Use the latest equipment that will help communication. Also, you can split them into different units.
Yes.
Clear? The third one, expansion is expensive. It is cost to expand. Though it has its benefit, but it is expensive to expand. As a result, what can you do? Because when you expand too much, it might become diseconomies of scale.
Yes.
And when there's diseconomies of scale, the business is going down. So what can you do? Expand slowly. So how can you expand slowly? You can expand slowly by using your own profit, retained profit for expansion. So think more of organic growth than merger or acquisition. Do you understand? So why we talk about expansion being expensive is that when you expand your business too much, you might run out of finance. And running out of finance is diseconomies of scale.
Yeah.
And that would result into you not being able to operate efficiently. So expand slowly. That's the solution for that.
Yes.
And the last one, integration with another business is more difficult than expected. When you are integrating with a new business, they have their own business, they have their own company culture, they have their own ways of doing things, and you have your own ways of doing things. So now bringing these different ways together, it's difficult. So what can you do as a business? You try to come up with a flexible management style that would allow both parties to fit into the new system. Mm-hmm. And also always explain to them why it is important for the integration. So that's the way to solve those problems. Is it clear?
Yes.
Any question about it?
No.
So that's where we stop. So